Could Britain hit net zero perfectly and still not be protected from climate change? Net zero by 2050 is a legal UK target, but Britain only produces about 1% of the world's emissions, so the real argument is whether Britain should still act and how fast. The OBR says Britain's own transition to net zero could cost around £116 billion by 2050. But most of Britain's future climate risk comes from global warming its own policy barely touches, and that risk alone could add over 70% to the national debt by the 2070s. Labour backs the 2050 target and clean power by 2030, arguing Britain should lead by example even with a small share of emissions. The Conservatives drop the 2050 target, arguing it costs Britain more than it can control given how small its share of global emissions is. Reform wants net zero scrapped entirely, arguing Britain's own effort barely moves the global outcome either way. The Greens want Britain to move faster than 2050, arguing it should lead regardless of its own small share. The Liberal Democrats want an earlier target, 2045, as part of a wider international effort. Restore Britain rejects net zero altogether, prioritizing domestic oil and gas over what it sees as a globally driven target. Britain's own choice barely moves the global temperature. The question is whether it should still lead or leave that to everyone else. That's your call. DespunUK, making sense of UK politics without the spin.